Famous baritone bass Johnny Cash, who's singing with Johnny Rodriguez, and it's from at least 40 years ago.
Wow.
It's a very scratchy video, but we didn't have time for the Dolly Parton version, and before that we heard Joan Baez singing with Jackson Browne for her 75th birthday last year.
Yeah.
She only has about 6 versions of Deportee up there. And of course we started the show with Arlo Guthrie doing his dad's Deportee, one of my favorite versions.
Really?
So
Thanks so much, Tom.
You're welcome.
I like that you
Good choice.
loaded
brother.
those up.
So we switched from old folk music and returning eras of history to an R&B guy who is beginning to take on racism more directly. Welcome, Lee Triplett, to our microphone this morning. It's a real pleasure to have you to chat a little bit about your former and current work. And we'll hear a little bit of your music at the end of this segment. But
Hi, Leon.
Hey.
How's it going?
Super great.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine.
Now, you have your own label, Triplett Records?
Yeah, I
When
do.
did that begin?
I started Triplett Records the first time about 12 years ago. And then I got off of it because I ran into some artists that they wasn't serious about what we were trying to do.
Based here in Chicago,
Yeah,
though, always?
Yeah, based in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I got serious with it about 6 years ago.
And you have been known for R&B and gospel. So tell us where this new song, Racism, came from. It's called Racism, This Generation.
It came from the aspect of me doing a sort of teaching lyrical thing to them so that they will understand that we're all in the same boat. The lyrics of it is, we blew it, I gotta say, don't let hate throw your dreams away. One of the problems with the world today is racism. And the hook is me telling children, don't let this generation destroy your generation with the viciousness and sickness of racism.
How's been the response? And how do you find your audience in order to have that response?
Which is just a great question, because nowadays, with radio stations being more talk and the R&B type of radio stations has almost disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at a situation that most of the me getting to my audience is through the internet.
Right.
To internet radio stations.
Right.
Yeah. But it's a challenge. Us older guys have to get on board to learn this business.
It sounds like such an important message that you're speaking generationally, saying to kids, saying to younger people, be clear. Some of what's going on the elders' part is not good for you.
Absolutely.
You don't want to repeat those mistakes or something along those lines, right?
Oh, absolutely, Kathy.
Yeah.
Yes. Then I also get the question of the fact that a lot of people think that black folks are racist too.
I know that.
Yeah, I mean, we got some little cliques and all, and they look at it like a living room conversation where everybody got their venting going on, you know what I mean? And problem is they carry that out to society.
That's the most gentle telling of that I could imagine.
Not good.
That is really...
so as you introduce this, if I can put it this way, new music to another generation, what are you discovering are the aspirations and dreams of this generation that clearly have more gun violence around them, have more struggles getting through school, don't see prospects for a good job when they're done with that? What,
Yeah. Well,
in the midst of that, do you see hope still or dreams?
Well, it's always a level of hope that we're supposed to maintain, which keeps us driving. I've always realized that the glass is half full. So it seems like when I'm talking to them that I'm steady trying to get that glass to visualize them, just to visualize to them that it's always hope. And that as bad as it is now, it can be much worse.
And it was worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, it is tricky for young people, I think, to see that now. But if they've got decent, go ahead, Michael. I know you've had your hand up. You go ahead.
School marm.
Teach.
Leon, I'm always interested in where people come from and how they get involved and who influences them. So I'm going to ask you that. Are you a Chicago guy? You come from somewhere else? How did you get into music? Who were the mentors? What was the inspiration? What were you listening to? Where and when?
I can say one word: Motown.
Wow.
Motown.
And when I say Motown, in fact, I got a project and a song about Motown, talking about Barry Gordy Jr.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in Vietnam, and the music that they were putting out when I was in
What's
Vietnam.
going on?
Absolutely.
Make you wanna holla.
Ooh, baby, see the ability.
Oh,
Invent.
And my biggest thing that it sort of helped me through bad times. So I would say music and sports. When I grew up in Ida B. Wells Project, right across from Madden Park, but of course years ago it wasn't as bad as it is now. But
No, it actually sort of approached good in certain areas, right?
Absolutely, as that glass half.
Right,
Amen.
right.
You know, I just want to throw in, there's a great book by Mark Kurlansky who wrote Cod, Salt, and a bunch of books. It's called Ready for a Brand New Day. And it's a history of Motown. And it's beautiful, it's civil rights, it's history, and listeners might want to check that out.
Nice.
Ready for a
So
Brand
you
New
started
Day.
talking about sports. What's the Tennis Foundation?
The tennis foundation that I started about 5 years ago was when I go out to the parks, I would see some of the kids come on the courts and they don't have no rackets and all, and I keep plenty of rackets in the car, and I would just give them free lessons, you know, and be.
Are you a hot shot tennis player?
Man, I am so right like the kids say, don't mess with me.
I love it. So that's how you've kept your youthful,
Yeah.
your vigor.
Yeah, my first love and still is baseball. I got a twin brother. He and I developed baseball skills, and we tried out for the pros, almost made it, and all of that. And Levi's still playing baseball.
And who you root for in the baseball world?
The Cubs.
Okay.
Got a bunch of Southsiders here.
you got
but
some
I'm-
South-
I'm with you in the Cubs.
Some
Yeah,
Sox
Sox
fans.
here.
But that's
I root for
okay.
the Cubs except in the Crosstown Classic.
That's right.
You know what? I don't.
He actually doesn't root for the Cubs.
I don't really get into the good. And to who's better. And I just like the game. In
Yeah,
fact,
me too.
Amen.
I just love the way the game is played.
I do too.
What a game!
Yeah, and it never ceases
Won't
to
be
be
long.
exciting when
Spring
you come
training's
into,
coming right up.
Absolutely.
when you come into the
Absolutely.
stadium and walk up out of the stairs and see that green field. It's a nice feeling.
So what are your hopes for this new piece on racism and
Getting back
this
to
generation's song?
music.
That it resonates with people that hear it, us grown folks and the kids.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not naive enough to think that I can change people's thoughts with a 4-minute song and all.
But you do have the hope.
Yeah.
I think you do have that ability.
Are you paying attention to people like Chance the Rapper? And what do you think of their impact on the scene these days?
Yes, you know what? Unfortunately, and I just began to get into rap through the artists too, you know. And if you notice, most rappers try to follow that syndrome that Death Row put in. But to tell the truth, you can mention rappers to raps, and I wouldn't even be familiar with them.
Right. Sure.
For this white guy, I'm really getting introduced thanks to Hamilton. It was a backdoor into this genre that, having taught at Columbia College, was sort of all around me, but I could never quite get into the flow of the street poetry that I was, I mean, I could hear there was something going on there, but
Yeah.
because of dialect, language, and whatever, it couldn't be fully embraced. What's his name was done with Hamilton is just amazing. It's an amazing lyric, it's amazing words, and so timely.
Okay.
So I'm
And
really
Chance is good.
and Chance,
Okay.
I think, is brilliant, and he's funny, and he's turned from where he was. I mean, here's someone else who I think saw a sunnier side of life a bit, and now is trying to do it with others of his generation. So I'm intrigued and
Yeah.
encouraged.
Okay, I got a weird question for you.
Okay.
What do you think about the story that black gang leaders have spoken directly to Trump to make a deal? Okay, you got your hand up. You can speak up too, my dear.
Oh, I can't.
No?
My name is Fran Allen Leak, and I am Leon's publicist, and I think that this is just unbelievably atrocious. That is
Well
the best.
put.
That is the best thing that I can call it at this point.
Turned out to be a false report, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Alt news,
yeah.
alt news.
It's
Alt facts.
alternative-
we call those
alternative
lies.
facts.
We call those
It's an
lies.
alternative fact again. This is the third one. What do you think, Leon?
Yeah, really.
Well, you know, it's just from the when it comes to the political thing, I got such newly found getting into it, especially after with Barack being in there and out and did such a great job. I don't really try to get into political conversations or religious conversations.
Oh, great. Somebody should have warned us before he came on this show, Leanne. We'll drag you into them anyway. That's all right. Your music is most enlightening and uplifting and does a job. Like you said before, it will change minds.
We want to thank Lee and Triplett for joining us this morning. We're going to play your piece in a little bit. Also thank Ron Kahn for helping us out earlier on a couple different topics next week. Lauren Deutsch from the Jazz Institute of Chicago, and Jeff Smith, who's one of many candidates for mayor in Evanston. We want you to put down in your calendar February 26th from 4 to 7 at the Red Line Tap, the annual benefit concert on behalf of Live from Heartland at the Red Line Tap. Please like us on Facebook. Check out our videos on livefromtheheartland.com. Thanks to the many people who make this show possible. Lynn Norman Weiss, Nolan Chin in the studio here.
And there's an evening of love at Mr. G's, 1547 West 87th Street, for the romantic in us all, with Leon Triplett bringing smooth and silky R&B sounds to an evening of love. February 14th, beginning at 7
Let's hear
p.m.
Leon.
Please do good in the world because the world needs all the good you do.
All power to the people.